from Henson. How do you identify what task should be your task because you're a director, and what task could be delegated? I often get stuck thinking I have to do this because it's my job, right? And yeah, or your boss who did the job 20 years ago did it that way, right? Or, that's another one I hear too. But
Sure.
yeah, I think we were talking about with the asymmetric, but like, how do you identify what tasks should be your task?
So let me illustrate this with a story. I, a long time ago, had a camp that I was working with, and they wanted to do a whole website redo. And I had brought a bunch of people to them to give them quotes on their website. And some were, what you think a website is worth, and some were small, like a couple $1,000s. And this person eventually said, yeah, we're not going to spend a couple $1,000s, but I will spend the next 7 weeks learning how to do WordPress so that I can make the website. And that to me is obvious. Like that is a waste of camp's resources for that person who has so much responsibility and so much knowledge in their head to be learning WordPress when they could pay $2,000. They don't understand the value of your time. And so that's one thing I encourage every camp director to have top of mind. I call it the void number, the value of your time number. I know that I cost camp this many dollars per hour. So if there's anything that I can delegate that's less than that, camp is ahead.
Yes.
That's a
Yeah.
simple thing. It's like if I can delegate it or hire it out at less than the cost of me doing it for an hour, then it's gone. Like get it off the list.
Yes. Yeah. And I think too, within a camp mindset as well, this is a perfect time to delegate and say, why don't you take your first stab at it and come back
Yeah.
to me at it, right? Like even if
Yeah.
you can't afford to hire out
That's
that
the
person,
best.
right? Yeah.
That's the best delegation question. And when somebody comes to you is like, how do you do this? Or I can't figure this out. The thing you have to practice and make a habit is to say, what have you tried?
Yes. Yeah, I watch this all the time with social media, right? A well-intentioned camp will hire somebody that wants to come year round and just has a good personal social media. And now they're in charge of the brand social media. And then 2 weeks will go by without a post.
Yeah.
And the truth is that we should really be encouraging that staff more to take it on instead. Often behind the scenes, we're like, oh, fine, I'll do it. Like it doesn't, yeah, it all plays in together of understanding what the value of your time is. And I think that's an entrepreneur for every like an entrepreneurial trick for every person because we have such range in our roles.